It disappears unsupported. There is no ground under. Are not our deep sleep states blissful? When we fall dead asleep, and wake up after that, how do we feel? I'm fully rejuvenated. I had a nice sleep after so many days. The real spirituality is actually within all the probing of all these three states only, and especially the revelatory state is the deep sleep state. The deep sleep state is going to teach us. One who is earnest, one who is sincere, he need not wink his eye to know what is the real spirituality. All the Hindu scriptures, if you probe them, if you inquire into them, if you investigate them, if you study them deeply, they are all directly revealing, pointedly revealing about the kinds of three states, the nature of three states one undergo. We will see into this. There existed the one only reality before this creation, with its separate forms and names springing from it. See, I have specifically used IT in capital letters. It refers to it. There existed the one only reality before this creation, with its separate forms and names springing from it. It always one only reality. We are merging into sleep. If one is really serious enough to find the nature of oneself, if one wants to find about what is the reality, what is the true nature of oneself, we should not go beyond probing these three states of himself, because the truth is here within these three states. See, I had been taking classes on dharana. Dharana means binding the mind to a particular spot. That spot represents a particular activity, be it psychological or physical. I had been telling to bring under dharana practice the whole of the waking state in one's life, whole of waking state, every day's waking state. How long we have been in the wakeful state, so long, include everything under the dharana practice. That is, be focused. With that particular activity only. Never get lost. Never get lost in the thoughts which are passing by. Half the way, the moment you realize you have been thinking something else while doing an activity, while actually you are in a particular kind of activity, say you are cooking or you are doing gardening, and some past or the future projections, the mind is hovering in. The moment you realize, immediately drop it there and then and come back to that moments of that physical activity instead of wandering in the mind, thinking mode. In the same way, all the spiritual practices are all connected directly to one's psychosomatic system only. By tradition, our ancestors, the saints and the sages, to bring the person in alignment with his own states of existence, they have constructed, built temples, mosques, churches and all kinds of practices just to make him to turn within himself. Somewhere the probe has to start within himself. For that all the ploys were used. Those ploys are all nothing but the constructed organizations. They built temples, they built practices for all rituals and other things. So by and by, the mind will start seeing, what is this for? Why am I continuously doing this ritual? What is this ritual for? What's happening in me by doing this ritual? See, everything should immediately throw oneself within and look at what has happened to me, by chanting a mantra, by doing a puja, by standing before the deity every day religiously, visiting the temples religiously every day. What's happening inside is of immense importance. How to bring one back within. And this is the temple. The states which one undergo teaches immensely. We will see the explanation given here. There existed the one only reality before this creation with its separate forms and names springing from it. Supposed to be, there was a time where nothing was. That is what the scientists say, the moment of Big Bang. Everything came from a tiny dot-like moment. Everything came from that. So assume that was the position. Actually, they also meant the same thing. Vidyaranya Swamigal also means the same thing. There existed the one only reality before this creation with its separate forms and names springing from it. Because the moment an object is seen, the mind browses within to label it. because that is the means of acquiring knowledge. Through registration only, by registering only, one learns. That is how the minds are trained. It has been existing like this since millennia. Everything is through repeated exercises, by habits only. How the child picks up the language? It picks up directly without getting to the meaning of it. The same way, it's getting registered, imprinted immediately. Anything, even the silence. We have been here, the mind has been here. It's not your mind or my mind encased in different bodies. The mind has been here. Only it's a label. Your name is a label, my name is a label. It is of no significance at all. That's why when the very whole waking state is a visitor, for the visitor only, along with his visit, along with his arisal, the creation also arises with him. With his arisal, the creation arises. There is nothing as creation at all. Because the truest, the most truthful state is the deep sleep state. Because it teaches tremendously. Authentically we undergo deep sleep, no. Do we not? It's an authentic experience in one. Non-existence as a psychosomatic system, a dead corpse-like situation we undergo every day, is it not a fact? Spiritual practice or understanding who am I is not an isolated practice during the waking state. The understanding will never dawn. Isolatedly doing some practices in the waking state alone will not lead one anywhere, because he is not an isolated, state-ridden, a particular waking state-ridden entity alone. Totally is transformed. He becomes non-existent during deep sleep. See this. Even after this creation came into play, it is, again this capital letters I have given, it refers to that great thing, the oneness, the pure intelligence. Even after this creation came into play, it is the same and will be the same forever. And you are that, not these. You are not these, you are not this body, you are not these senses, you are not this mind, you are not a waking state consciousness alone. You are not this waking state alone, nor You are not the dream state alone. Dream state is something which is thrusted to everyone. You cannot voluntarily enter dream. Dream descends in you. You are made to dream. You are made to undergo dream. Actually, the waking state is also the same. You are made to act. The winking of the eye, the passing of a particular emotion, anything and everything in this cosmos is already predetermined. It's not my statement. Everyday deep sleep is also a happening. It has to happen in one. You cannot do anything at all. The very you should disappear here. During the waking state, moment to moment, we are born with a thought, we are born with a passing emotion, we are born with a past recollection, we are born with a projection about the future, we are born with insecurity, we are born with fears. Everything is already there. It's only a repetition. It is going in cycles. Here, the Samaveda Mahavakyam pinpointedly says you may be undergoing umpteen number of waking states since millennia, but you are not this. You are that. You are that. Look at yourself throughout the waking state. Perch on to some practice. Don't let yourself to get out of you. Because it's a serious business here. God is playfully serious. I'll say godliness. Godliness is playfully serious. We are seriously playful. We are lost in the play. What is the play? The expression of mind is the play. Be it any expression, be it anything, be it any personality, be it any role, be it any emotion, be it any project, be it any profession. You may be anything of any kind. You may be a king or you may be a pauper. Be it anything or anyone. It doesn't matter. The whole waking state is nothing but a fixed, predetermined repetition. It's a fixed, predetermined, ongoing movement of the millennia through you. You add relevance to it. You add importance to it. You are assuming the passing things as yourself. Here, the Veda Vakya emphatically draws a line. It has put a line clearly and says, you are not this you. That means you are not the psychosomatic stuff at all. You are something beyond, which is also available to you. Look at that. That is the deep sleep state. You cannot immediately. What is the deep sleep state? You cannot imagine from this state. It is also beyond your waking state imagination. But you are that. You are that. You are that. That is what this Veda Mahavakyam conveys here. There is another sloka given by Vidyaranya Swamigal that also I will read, and I will take that sloka in my next satsang. I will read this sloka again. You can also read it often. You can have it written down. I will give under the video clip the sloka in English also. You can have it written down and you can start repeating it. It will be of great immense help, because existential proofs were given. See, they did not pass statements. The Rishi did not pass statements. He has not given some text to us. It is quite relevant to this moment of one's existence. These are all of applied value, applied spiritual value. This opens up one. You will not be confined to the waking state alone. Be any incident that takes place in the waking state. Neither one will rejoice nor one will suffer about it. The very incident, the one who undergoes the incident itself is a visitor. A visitor is not a permanent entity who is not the host. He is not the host of the house. It's a passing station. Our body and mind, waking state mind, is a passing station. That's why withdraw yourself, contract yourself, bring in, come back home. These are all the messages this Veda Vakya imparts. I will read this sloka once more, and again the next sloka also, and next sloka I will take it in my next class. Ekameva advitiyam sannama rupa vivarjitam srishtihe puraduna api asya tadrupam tadipiryate. The next sloka is this one. Srotu dehendriyatitam vastvatra tvam adiritam ekata grahyate asiti tadaikyam anubhuyatam. It's a very beautiful sloka. The next sloka is also a very beautiful sloka. Directly it says, if even once, if you have grasped that you are not these senses, you will start suspiciously watching. You will not get lost in them. You will not lose yourself in them, in their movements. You will be simply watching them. There is nothing to rejoice or nothing to repent or be sorrowful. Everything is a passing thing, everything. So this kind of things will be revealed about the waking state, and about that, even if once you realize its nature, that you are not this, not even verbally saying that you are what, then simply abide in that stillness or silence. Even if it happens for once, you will realize immensely the unity with that, the more naturalness with that, and factually realizing Your nature is that alone. This is what this sloka conveys here. We will take this sloka in our next class.